This is level 7 of the horse case. Very hard. We're working with 3 players. And in a 3-player game, how many shots until 2 players are eliminated and the game is over? So this is more difficult, and we'll build on what we've done. To do that, I'm going to first make a copy of what we've got so far. Just a copy of the worksheet. So right-click, move a copy, create a copy. Okay, we'll put it right there and we'll leave that just as is. All right, so we're going to make some edits here. First thing I want to do is add a few spaces, lines here. I think we're going to need some room down here as well. Okay. All right, this is going to be example 7. All right, so we know at this point, in a 3-person, who's the first one to exit, to lose. In this case, it's player 3 here for, again, example 7. And they're going to step out at the 48 shot. So I want to pause and put in some headers for us. Okay, I moved our level 5-6 answer down a bit, added these new headers here, and our goal here, or strategy, is we're going to use this worksheet for the first player going out, and we do need to know, well, what score did they have when the first player went out? In this case, when I say first player, it's actually player 3 going out. So what's the scores for players 1 and 2? And then we'll copy this worksheet and to do the next round, I'll call it, of the next player dropping out, and we have a winner, given that we've got a 3-player match here. So new player number, we're going to use this in the next stage. I'll just do sequence here, and rows we'll refer to up here, number of players. So I think in the next level we're going to have different number of players, that is. So taking 1 off of that, since we got 1 dropping out, just 1 column. Okay, so just making that. All right, so the order might change between the new player number and the old player number, of course. So let's get the new player number. So just dropping out. The first player drops out at 48. So who's up for shot 49 is basically what we want to get here, and we'll do an index for that. Okay, and we're going to look up here in the player list here. I think that's yeah. Oh, that is not. Okay, try that again. All right, we'll lock that in. Okay, and we want to find what player was at. It's going to be up for shot 49. So let's see, row number. That's just a 1. The column number is going to be this value, which we'll lock in, plus 1. Okay. And we're looking up here, our shot number, like this is, okay, let me lock that in, F4. Right, and exact match. Okay. All right, so it just so happens that old player 1 is new player 1, so player 3 is dropping out. So next up will be the original player 1, then the player 2. But let's make sure that could change, of course. Let me just copy that, and I need to change this. So here we're looking at who is going to be shooting at number 48 plus 2, or 50. Okay. All right. And I want to get their score when the first player goes out, that is as of shot 48. And we're going to use the old player number here, so we'll do index again. Okay, we're looking up here at the cumulative scores. Let's go to the end. Let's lock that in. All right. And the row number is based on the player. So old player number, we're going to limit to a match here. Okay. Lookup value is here. Let's lock that in. All right. Now the column number, we're doing this out of for a cumulative score. That's going to be at 48. Okay, so match value, a result there. Let's lock that in. Lookup array. It's going to be here. Let's lock that in. With the hashtag, the spill, 0, exact match. Okay, so I've got something wrong here. I think what might be wrong is different size of these, of what I've got here versus here. So let's see, H10. All right, I've got an extra parenthesis on the front. Took me a minute to find that. Okay, so score 2, and let me just pull that down. Let's see if it looks okay. I'll look at 2 there. All right, so here what we've got, and we'll need this to move forward. When player 3 goes out, player 1 has a score of 2, player 2 has a score of 1, and we use that on the next level. So let me save right quick, and we're going to copy this worksheet. Okay, move a copy. All right. So we're going to use this copied worksheet for the next stage, where now we're down to 2 players. So let's go back up here, and I'll pause this for a second while I put in a couple of labels. Okay, so again, think about this being when it's down to 2 players, but I need to get the place in which these 2 players are continuing to compete, and they're going to be picking up at here, so, or actually the one after that. Okay, we got example 7, which we're working on. We need to limit this list of hits and misses to starting with 49 actually. So we'll add a choose columns here. Choose columns. All right, and the array is our current XLOOKUP, and we pick in, indicate which columns do we want to keep, and we want to keep 49 to the end, so we use a sequence function here. Okay, and let's see, one row, how many columns? Well, it's going to pick up, it's going to be 200 less this answer, the 48. Okay. And where to start? We'll start with, let's see, put a comma there. We'll start with E48, excuse me, E2, which is 48, plus 1. All right. So what this is going to do is going to keep the columns starting with 1 after this. Okay, I'll just pull it up there so you can see what that looks like. Okay. All right. So all this other stuff should be okay. Now, number of players we need to adjust. And we're going to tie it back to the previous worksheet. So it's going to equal the original value minus 1. Okay. All right. So make sure let's kind of look and see if things are working okay. Players 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right. Now, let's go down here. And the cumulative score we need to get, well, what was their score when the first player dropped out. So I want to add a label or two here, so I'll pause it for a second while I do that. All right, so we'll use the XLOOKUP to pull the score from the prior worksheet based on the new player number. So XLOOKUP, lookup value is there. Okay. All right, lookup array is going to be over in the second worksheet. All right, so we're trying to get these scores right here. So new player number, I think that spills. And let's see, yeah, it looks okay. All right, return array is over here. All right, I've got a value problem, so let me figure out what's going on here. All right, so my return array was just a little bit out of whack. That should have been a G44, not a G45. Okay, all right, and okay, the cumulative scores need to start out with these scores at resume shot. So let's edit this. So it's going to be plus that. We just want to lock in the B. Just copy it down. Okay. And then we want to copy that over. All right. Okay. And now, so we need to actually add to these, the values that we started with. We ended at 48. So this would be 57 plus 48. So let's edit this. It'll be plus way up here. Lock that in. Maybe I'll just copy that. Okay, we'll do the same thing here, even though don't have a player 3 here. All right. Okay, so I think, let me just change this now. This is level 7 answer. Okay, so 70, which I believe is correct. Let me hit save here and check. This is example 7. All right, okay. Now, we want to run a data table here. I think we can just maybe use one of these here, F50. Okay, this would be 7 answer. And let's see, that picks up at 101. So just edit that. Okay. Now, in terms of running this, these game numbers need to go into both worksheets. All right. Now, in working on, when using a data table, the input values, that is where the game numbers are inserted, has to be within the same worksheet as the data table. So I need to go back here to the first stage, and let's tie this back, okay, to this one. All right. Okay. All right. And so again, this is the first worksheet. This is, I'll say, player one. Just all right. And over here, this is for player two in terms of when player two drops out. All right. So, okay. I think we've got it. So I don't really need to rerun the data table since it was already set up. Let's see if we've got a correct answer or not. Okay, didn't realize I always had those in there, but let me paste these to be sure. And for some reason, I did that earlier. Okay, I'm not sure what happened right there, but I just had to edit a cell and it updated. So let's see if we can paste these in here now. And did the same thing again. Okay, one more time. Control C. Select that value, right click, values. All right, I'm not sure why we were getting values of 70. It may have something to do with the recording software I'm using, but I was able to copy and paste this finally. And these are correct. So that's level 7 of quite challenging. And again, got these two new worksheets here that were used to generate those results.